you are Ruth Mumba, 15 Kwacha, God bless you are Dorothy Zulu, Mwatuma Facebook account. We are saying that let me talk about this over and over, and just in case there is somebody who is connecting with us for their very first time, we are they are scientific brought into the space so that it becomes an answer to what we are looking for, because that is the intention of the Creator. When God sent His Son, economy can look up to Christ for their political answer of God. Salvation, financial salvation, can be attributed by Christ. Now, what does that mean? The teachings of Christ are very important. The teachings in the Bible, and yet God spent more time creating than resting. Christians talk about rest more than they talk about work. God created in 6 days, the word alone. So we talk about saving of souls. Christians are not concerned about the body. In fact, over the centuries, they make it beautiful. Now, when you look at the political, economic, a home, except the children of God, who think there is another home, that heaven is our home, beyond the grave. When you go to church, they don't look at you how much have you tithed. Meetings where they just gather to talk about the scriptures, Bible. They are footnotes. The small Christian communities in this dispensation of the 1 million family friends should be. We run schools and we have investments. So when it comes to finances, we'll never. So that when they talk about Catholics identified with wealth and health. We should be the ones that live long. We should be the ones that make them come when the feast on earth, not on earth. No, this sounds like a new doctrine, but that is the reality. For God so loved the world. Jesus became human. God became human. 53 years. Do you know how many years he spent incognito? 30 years, more than just mere friendship. He said, do not hang on to me because I'm not yet glorified with the Father. Now, we have taken the 3 years of Jesus' ministry and blow it out of proportion. And we don't talk about the 30 years. Just like we talk about the 1 day of rest. And this should be the cultures of the people. People should be identified by okay, you should be identified from Rialui to whatever places. And we hang on to the first badge. We are hanging on to the relics of the tradition. When they began a ceremony to buy rice, not to watch His Royal Majesty, His majestic moving. One traditional ceremony that really encouraged me from southern province, where they showcase how many animals they are passing and they are drumming and they into their tradition, that which flows naturally. Look after our beef industry. And, wherever there is interested in their resilience, the capacity to be up there Now Shikuna Kutalala. No, they were very, very tough. And he says, I want tough people. So for us, why were we translated to those places? So in modern language would say the apostles invested into some kind of proceeds, the profits, the interest would bring his principles of Christianity. They work for everyone. Unity, peace, living in this world. And who can better propagate peace? And we began to identify ourselves with poverty. So rejecting everyone wanted to follow Christ because poverty is evil. Lack is never a blessing. Poor health is never a blessing. Your body was meant to be healthy. Look at is this from God who created it and said it is not good for man to be alone? And then St. Paul comes and says it's good for a man to be alone. God said it was not good for a man to be alone. And then St. Paul changes the statement. He says, it is who is telling us about climate change? That should be scientists. They are the ones who are supposed to be giving us such information. They are the ones that should have launched satellites because we are the managers of. And so we are looking for somebody to make our lives, to put it in the context of Zambia, we are looking up there to reduce the cost of living. In somebody did this to us and they will see. Now Christians don't operate on such a principle. But Christians are voting for people whom they no interest of God in the first place. He made a declaration and went on living in a secular state. He should have been the one to build the house of God, the national house of prayer. Into power and never happened that His Excellency can talk to us spiritually because He's a king and a king is a father. Do you know David? King David? He was not a political figure. We have been the unique government that they would elevate political science and national house are engineered to become finally professor science. There is no profession self-control. She doesn't become even expensive. Why? Because she managed to look after herself. She has the experience of virtue. Life, you have to go through military training. You cannot become a chaplain wearing a uniform without having gone through the same training like those. This is the way to go. All of us. Military is not an exclusion and something for few. No, all of static injection. It was very painful, and it was during that painful moment that he discovered Christ and began the congregation of Society of Jesus. And so he brings this military into silence. We call it the long retreat. 36 hours a day, meditation, prayer, and fasting. You come out, you are totally into power, and they begin to choose based on where they come from instead of based on training. Do you go to the hospital and you're looking for the ones that have got this knowledge come from this region? And that is why they say politics is. So, who will save us from politicians? It's the church. The church. But they find that couple as well. Oh, wives, know what and what, know what and what. My my fellow that I needed was given. Would be there for everyone, everyone. Yes. We greet all those who are following 1 million family friends ministry. Thank you. We speak the blessings of God and we declare open doors this morning. That is, I walk that, and on Saturday we are Friday overnight at Prophet Godfrey Mark Preacher's church, and all the pastors that come through Christian Nation radio station were there. The pastors, the apostles, the prophets, the evangelists, the prayer warriors. They came to support each other. We are seeing that we want to become a cooperative. We want to build Christianity. The 1 million family friends vision is that eventually all these pastors and their flock will be in one register. And when we say now, let us help a giant, and if they wished, they can change the way we do politics. We don't change things by talking. And pick all the little young ones, the boys, and put them responsible. And they are teaching them the values, the teachings of the Quran. You will never see more answers. The answer is no. Why? Because it is not in the nature of a human being to provide solutions for another. It's in the nature of collective responsibility. Can never be a solution. If we divide, then the enemy rules. So the separation of the state and the church is weakness, because the power lies in the state and the politicians cannot talk about Jesus Christ. Come on. Who told you that a political figure cannot talk about Jesus Christ? Why did it's not part of the National House of Prayer? So that separation of powers, it only works in the politics when you separate these two offices. And that is why somebody can comfortably see that this is rivalry. How can a priest make a statement that is so weird about the current status of the current status of the politics? It's don't bring thermal. Just bring merge the solar and the hydro so that polypipes, and they melted. It was too hot, begins to burn. So that technology has to be employed at the Karibata, high solar steam driven. We don't have to focus on. I don't talk. Uh, trade and so forth. All these things in history have happened for a purpose. Colonization simply brought us to there is you taking the responsibility of me, and there is me taking. I cannot do without you. You come and sister. We are brother and brother. We are sister. Apartheid gave them the beauty of color, the beauty of history, the beauty of God who created us in His own likeness, in His own image, to be different. But our being members that migrated, and they are living in the southern province because they were fishermen. They live in Namwala and they speak Bemba. Just like there are Boers that came to South Africa and settled there, lost that person. A priest said this. We have to bury the past. Move on. Let's just forget. No, you haven't addressed the issues which caused you to fall. That which you are burying is live and it will pop up. When we bury the dead, we for our differences. A graveyard is no go area except if there is another new person that we have to take there. Everything that has, if somebody has asked for forgiveness, if somebody has made a mistake and we have buried our differences completely, he has dissolved, he has become humus. You say, no, there's a tombstone for Samuel. You dig, you don't find the bones there. It's just talking to you. So you are sending your offering to 0979 59 50 25, 0979 59 50 25. Sharing, you are welcome to nod, heard. Nikalambe hey mwemweleza likalambe shina lyetu likalambe shina lyetu imwemweleza likalambe shina lyenu mumweleza. And we want to give glory. Bless you, Oscar Mwale na mutuma 50 kwacha, God bless you. Miriam Silizia mwachituma 10 kwacha, God bless you. Ba Thompson Kunda na mutuma 20 kwacha, God bless you. Ba Ruth Mumba mwatuma 15 kwacha, God bless you. Ba understanding. And then God sent me a lawyer in training who is supposed to get the bar. The bar is already graduated from the University of Zambia, and he has been the one helping us to do the registration. So the patent of the 1 million family friends has already been acquired to this station, to this 1 million family friends. So thank you very much, Emma. You follow me, you have been following me all the time. So thank you very much. God wants us to come to have an overnight at his resident church. Pastor T, somebody who is highly gifted. Sometimes even the members of this political party have not understood that it is a calling placed upon them. The president to come and remove tribalism. Sometimes he talks about these things and about the positive side. You see, the doctors sometimes have to cut you and remove that tumor. So when the president speaks, it may sound negative, it may sound backward, but his intention as a member of this party that came at the right time for national development, united, a party that is united for national, not personal, not regional development, feel their promises immediately because they may become so proud. For us, God not humiliates, but humbles us. St. Paul was such a one that prayed is sufficient for your pain. Whatever it is, St. Paul never tells us. He just calls it a messenger of Satan or a saint. We don't know what it is. God refused to heal that part. So God has given us. This is a calling placed upon them. And they need the hand of God. If the droughts, they will be there, but will never be consumed. God is on our side. And if God be on our side, who can be against us? The worst for it now is a deliverance which is higher than the physical. We are not moving to another physical geographical position, but our mind is the teachings of Jesus Christ. Economically, politically, he used God's self to create you. The intelligence that the humans have is a miracle. It's just a miracle. You don't understand how advanced. Give you an answer to what can take you 1 year research, and it gives it to you. And this is just the beginning. The artificial intelligence, this is just the beginning of it for us at the spiritual level. And this is why the next programmer is very important. I like what Sierra Moses comes to tell us. There is this part of us which is not cognitive, which has nothing to do with our. You don't sleep just to rest. You sleep for communion with are supposed to be taken serious. That is an avenue. Others will have visions, uh, times to truth, to divinity in the dream world. Now, this is the beauty of God. And so, when Apostle Sierra Moses comes to understand what God is saying to Israel, my twin brother, God has given him a very highly special gift of plugging into Israel, into what we can call it is a month, it is a year, and those numbers mean something in the heavens. Your month of birth connects you even to Israel. Every elements and neutrons are the numbers of to make water. And these can be separated in the laboratory so that we have oxygen and hydrogen. Now scientists are even China has come up with an so meaning that there will be water and there will be some from hydrogen, and that is something else. You don't know how much advanced this species. I don't believe in a Christianity. I don't believe in a Christianity where we give people choice electricity. You are not a follower of oxygen. You take in oxygen and it's part of you. So somehow to be a follower of Christ is the enemy's way of making us telling the Christians, keep your lane. The Christians, they're looking at the politicians, don't talk religion to us. Don't tell us that tell us that we are a Christian nation. We are already Christians ourselves. We didn't come to preach God. Caesar, the coin belongs to Caesar. Caesar belongs to God. So gold belongs to God. But he said it in so quickly, so simple. I can become a campaign manager. That is not my role. According to the calendar of God, nothing is happening together. So do not be afraid. Believe in him who has come. So thank you very much, one, because the man of God is waiting to teach us deep things. May God richly, mightily, and abundantly bless you. This has been for the last one, Robert Lupepa, SJ.